Digicel Prime Bundles just got better with 3 new apps. Watch more with PlayGo. Share more with Sportsmax. Read more news with Loop. Listen more with D-Music. Plus extra data. It's simply more bundled together. 51 gigabytes for 7 days for only $2,000. Live the experience with Digicel. Activate today on the My Digicel app.
Guyana, please join me on the Glenn Lal Show, 99.1, 99.5, Kaichore, every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 7:20 p.m. and a rebroadcast of the next day at 11 a.m. just in case you miss that program.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaicher Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening. Welcome to this evening's newscast on Kaicher Radio. I am Kevin Smith. Let's get to the news in detail. The Starbuck block has seen more than 31.4 million barrels of oil being produced in its first year of production from the Liza Destiny oil vessel in Guyana's offshore exclusive economic zone. Looking ahead, the country is now poised to uplift 6 million barrels of oil this year as its projected entitlement from production in its Starbuck block, but the country remains without a marketing firm for its crude. Minister of Natural Resources Vikram Bharat today said that work on the drafting of the terms of reference for that initiative are still ongoing. As such, the document is still to be finalized. In other news, Guyanese over the past 5 years would have been regaled with promises of a better future, living a life on par with the likes of those in oil-rich Abu Dhabi, but the country's main source of revenue continues to be taxes paid by workers, companies and domestic transactions. Earnings from the country's first year of oil production have been returns on its crude accounting, but this is less than a quarter of what was collected in taxes from the population of less than 1 million people. Government last year collected $218 billion in taxes, but received a total of $53 billion from its sale of just over 5 million barrels of oil and a 2% royalty on production. According to the Ministry of Finance's budget estimates for 2021, the government is looking to rake in even more taxes from Guyanese workers and corporations this year, projecting $242 billion in return. And now let's tell you, relatives of a Crabwood Creek woman are seeking the assistance of the public in providing information as to the whereabouts of 53-year-old Bibi Farida Khan, who went missing some 13 days ago. According to her sister, Liloon Bola, the woman would normally venture into the Crabwood Creek back dam with her husband on a monthly basis since he works at the location taking care of a businessman's property and animals. Bola said they would head in at the beginning of the month and venture out month end or before if their groceries run out. And now let's tell you, Guyana's 30-day ban on air travel from Brazil extended, GCAA director. Guyana's ban on air travel from Brazil has been extended by the government in a bid to continue to protect citizens from the Brazilian P2 variant that is circulating globally. This was revealed by the Director General of the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority, Egbert Fields. Fields noted the importance of protecting the general population from the variant, hence the extension. And on that note, let's tell you, for 5 years, Guyanese have heard varying accounts from previous and current government officials about the billions of dollars the nation is poised to receive from the exploitation of its oil resources. But what continues to be withheld from citizens is evidence to support such claims. So said Tom Sanzillo, Director of Financial Analysis at the Institute for Energy Economics and Financial Analysis. Sanzillo said there is a crying need for more transparency in Guyana's oil industry, while noting that he is left to wonder for how long Guyanese will continue to accept this level of non-disclosure. He went on to say that years after the Starboard Block deal was struck with ExxonMobil and its partners, Guyana remains in the dark about the anticipated revenues from the project, how much it costs the country to obtain its share, and the size of its share compared to ExxonMobil's. In other news, Guyana's claim that it increase in flaring at its Liza Phase 1 project falls under the category of maintenance and repairs should be deemed nonsense. So said former EPA Director Dr. Vincent Adams. Exxon continues to operate at the maximum capacity, producing 120,000 barrels of oil while flaring 16 million cubic feet of gas daily on the Liza Destiny vessel, despite its gas compressor malfunction. Meanwhile, ExxonMobil Guyana's president Alistair Rutledge continues to insist that the oil company's increase in flaring is not illegal and falls within the purview of the permit. Still on Exxon, it is facing another lawsuit over claims that it allegedly inflated the value of its Permian Basin assets, representing aggrieved shareholders of the multinational conglomerate, its Klein law firm. According to a statement from the firm, the complaint filed against ExxonMobil Corporation alleges that it made materially false and or misleading statements and or failed to disclose them. And now let's tell you, EPA Director Sharifa Razak has moved to drop fines against ExxonMobil for 2 hydraulic fluid spills that occurred in the starboard block in 2020. According to Razak, these 2 fluid spills had occurred in April and May. She indicated that because the volume of oil spilled into the ocean was, and I quote, small, the EPA rescinded any intentions to fine the oil company. She went on to say that even though a letter had been sent out to Exxon indicating that they had to pay a fine, a letter retracting the same was sent out to the oil company in October of 2020.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaito Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.
It is now 19 hours 7 in Guyana. Coming up, an excerpt from the Glenn Lal Show, Tell It As It Is. Remember, you can join Glenn Lal himself this evening at 19 hours 20 or 7 p.m. 7:20 p.m. That is coming up in a few minutes for the Glenn Lal Show, Tell It As It Is.